Hello and welcome, Red Hawks Esports fans. It is time once again for some esports gaming. Just getting ourselves set up this evening for our preseason match in Super Smash Brothers Ultimate 4v4 crew battles. I am, as always, your volunteer assistant coach, Patrick McConnell. Coach Sauter is wandering in and out of the broadcast booth this evening while we are getting set up, so I'm sure he will join us on stream here shortly. And we will be in a preseason match against UW-Stout this evening. And we are just waiting for them to hop on in. They are doing... UW-Stout is actually playing 2 matches this evening for our preseason setup. So they are going to be with us shortly. Make sure everybody's checked in here. Yes, they are. All right. Hey, everybody. Hope you're doing well. And I hope I sound less tinny and less quiet tonight. I was listening to yesterday's stream this morning, and I was like, why am I so quiet? Everyone who knows me knows I am not a quiet human being whatsoever. So, Mama Biskies, thank you so much. Glad to see you in the chat tonight. We are almost ready. I'm getting binged in Discord. There we go. I am going to switch us over to our Smash scene here. We do have an overlay in the top for tonight's best of 3 4v4 crew battle. You will see our Red Hawks showing up as Cyberhawk 1 up there. Cyberhawk 6 is me in the spectators booth there up in the stands. And we will be getting started with a double blind start here soon. Just waiting for our opponents. Apologies. I know this is really exciting stuff right now while we wait. But while we are getting ready, I will remind everyone that the actual season starts next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday being our Overwatch night. There's UW-Stout coming in. Our Overwatch night on Tuesdays and Super Smash Brothers Ultimate on Wednesdays. We try to start at 6 o'clock every single time we have a game, but if we have delays or changes in times or anything like that, just know the best place to find that information is on our social media, which is going to be mainly Instagram, RC Cyberhawks, or on Twitter, which I think we are also RC Cyberhawks on there. I'd have to double check because I couldn't get Ripon College Esports, or Red Hawks Esports or anything like that because they were already taken when we started our program. Which happens. We are jumbling around on the screen here. We're going to wait. So the idea here is a double blind start. Both teams are going to have their first of 4 players choose a fighter, and then they are going to place them into the battle arena so they can show who they are selecting as their fighter, and give a little peek to the opponents, and then they're going to hop back out, and then we're going to hop back in order to get started. It's an interesting process and a little new to us, but we are going to figure it out. Here we go. All right, we've got a peek. Ooh, that was really quick. And I'm blind. I didn't even see who it was. All right. Coach is handling the setup out there yet. While we are getting ready, I'm going to go ahead and talk through our roster here for the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Squad. Title captain is Ethan Cheese 1107 Arts, along with title co-captain Ruby, and gamertag is also Ruby Rosemary. And we have Lyric G, who's going to be I've lost my list of gamer tags. What just happened? My list went away. Hang on. This is preseason streaming where I drop my lists. Lyric Goober Golzer is going to be the next person on our list here. Then we have Connor Sandwiches Schmidt. And who did I miss? Oh, Cooper Coop de Dupe 81. Aherns, I forget how he pronounces it. I will ask him tonight. Sitting in the wing, we do also have Madison Biskies de Casala. Not sure if she's going to have game time tonight on this roster or not. And Mama Biskies, I apologize if you're not going to see Biskies play tonight. I do see her currently sitting at a computer playing Overwatch, so just know that she's very entertained this evening. But had a good match last night, so night off, not the worst thing in the world. All right, let me see here. Character reveal, good. Band first and fourth, band PS2, band town and SB, band SB. So BF we go. All right, here we go. Battle is about to start. I have never commented on a Smash Brothers match in my life, so let's see what we get. We've got Min Min versus Wii Trainer, and I'm going to see, because I'm all the way across the nest, if I can find out who's playing whom. Let's see here. Joys of cellular communication. I'm going to text Coach, who's on the other side of the arena here, and ask him what our roster order is. All right, so to explain our 4v4 crew battle just a little bit, each team has 4 members of their roster that are playing this evening. Each of them has chosen a fighter that they're going to be competing with for the entire time that they are on. I apologize for that little dark out there on our Switch view. I need to turn off the screensaver at some point on there. And what's going to happen is each roster of 4, each player has 3 lives. You will commonly hear us refer to those as stock. So it's a 3 stock game. Right now, Ripon has lost 1 stock. As you can see, the little icon disappeared underneath the bottom there. The percentages you're seeing, if you've never played Smash Brothers before, is how much damage each fighter has taken. And the more damage that they have, the easier it is to knock them completely off of the stage and lose a life. You lose a life when you fall off the sides down to the bottom, get flung off the sides. You can even shoot them all the way up the top of the screen and have them pop up there. Now, once one player has lost all 3 of their stock, we're going to switch who is playing. The person that won is going to stay, and they're going to continue to have however many stock that they finished that match with, but the other player is going to be replaced by the next person in line on that team. First team to lose all their stock from all their fighters is the loser of the game. And it's a best of 3, I should say, loser of the set, and it's a best of 3 sets. Blech. Hope that made sense. We're going to explain it a dozen more times, I promise you. But that is where we are at. I apologize, Coach. Sauter has not given me the actual play order yet for our folks. Let's see. I see Cooper. I see Lyric. I see Connor. Is Ethan sitting down and playing? I cannot see. I cannot see, folks. I apologize. As soon as we know, I will let you know. Mama Biscuits, thank you so much for tuning in for friends. We appreciate that greatly. 1-2 right now on the stock. Ripon getting shoved off again. There is some tactics with this of kind of hanging out on the edge and getting your opponent to kind of dive in and attack. You're going to see them hanging off the edges a lot here. Nice shot, but still in. Oh, we have fallen down.
Now let's try it together.
Oh, you know what? I apologize, folks. I think I left somebody out. I did. Because I believe that was Sam that was playing. Apologies for that, folks. That was Sam, Mr. Business Waring. That was up on that one. All right. They are swapping out now. I'm gonna move my hand out of the way so we can see things. All right, so I believe, if I remember correctly, Stout was at 2 stock at the end of that. You guys are learning with me. I'm new to this particular setup, but we are going to figure it out. Let's see, who is sitting down now? Is it Ruby? Okay, yes. Ruby Rosemary is going to be up next. I do believe on the Switch, Ruby is going to show up as Project 7. And Ruby will be playing Sonic. We had a very good Phantasm lineup this last Monday night here in Appleton. The Smash Squad heads up to Appleton every Monday night for a local in-person tournament called Phantasm. I should explain that. And we had the entire Smash Squad playing. Ruby and Ethan, who, again, Cheese and Project 7 in this situation here, managed to go through the winner's bracket, kind of matching each other. Ruby got bumped down to the loser's bracket, and then both proceeded all the way through the brackets to the end. So Ruby cleared the loser's bracket with a win and came back up to the winner's bracket to face Ethan in the final match. Anybody heard our dear friend Caden Pongade Jr. Screaming out there during his Overwatch match? Let's see. Ban PS2, FD Town, picking Battlefield. The Overwatch squad is practicing right now and is very much working on comms, it sounds like, as they are closest to the broadcast booth. We will say hello while we wait for everything to get set up here again. But yes, exciting stuff as always around here at Ripon College. We are so excited to have another season with you all here this year and are already looking forward to our fall season here, fall of 26, as we are going to have quite a few new faces. Coach has done quite a bit of recruiting here already. Let's see here. What was that message? Changing timer to 10. Okay. So yeah, Coach Sauter's been doing quite a bit of recruiting for our new freshman cohort here in the fall. So looking forward to some fresh faces on campus as well as in the esports scene here. Flip back to the action as we get going. So we have Ruby up as Sonic up against the Wii Fit trainer. You're going to see the Wii Fit trainer jump off the side of the of the stage because they need to be at 2 stock instead of 3. This is standard procedure in the land of Smash playing. So it's going to look weird every now and again, but this is what they do to set things up, because the game doesn't actually let you set it up this way normally. Oh, UW-Stout misses on the bounce back up, and we are down 3-1. Ruby is putting down some damage here. So you can see those dives off the side of the stage. It makes my heart skip a beat every single time that we're not going to get back up on the ledge. But I promise you this, Ruby knows what they're doing. So just hang tight and watch the show. Physics also not a thing in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, as you watch our dear friend Sonic go completely around the stage there. Climbing the ledge. We Fit trainers throwing out volleyballs and soccer balls. I'm not sure. I think they're volleyballs. Good hit. Stout, Ruby. The red and blue bubbles are shields for anyone that is not familiar with Smash. And shields do not last forever, so you will notice that they start big and shrink down as they get hit. They will break if they hold a shield too long. So there is no advantage to just shielding every single attack that's coming at you. They need time to recharge. I believe there might be a mechanic. I can't remember on this. If the mechanic is you have to actually put hits out in order to recharge them or not. Ruby loses one stock there, but we're at 92.5 on the UW-Stout team member. Bigger the number, the more dangerous. They were able to recover a little bit there. I think that's just a thing that the Wii trainer can do. There are no items in this competition. Now, normally in Smash Brothers, you would see items falling around. The stages will float around and do different things. None of that happens here. This is just a straight 1v1. There goes that screen again. Oop, Ruby, get back on. There we go. They are feeling each other out, looking for the moment to strike. Expect Stout's going to play a little bit more on the cautious side at the moment. Oh, we are getting close. I feel it coming. We've got the Speed Demon Sonic against the Yoga Expert here. I know it sounds so weird. I end up sounding like a crazy person. If you were only listening to my audio on esports streams, I think everyone would think I was absolutely insane. Ruby takes the win. We are down one roster member each on this set. Coming out with 2 stock going into the next match. And word in from UW-Stout. I finally have at least a gamer tag to put to a UW-Stout player right now. Student X will be playing Dark Pit. We will wait for that. We do have some Super Smash Brothers setups here for overlays. You can see our best of 3 setup here. This will be filled in once this set is over for game 1. So nothing fancy to show you right now. That's my ugly mug. That's certainly nothing fancy. But as you can see at the top, it's a little crowded right now with the information from the setup. But we do have our match overlay for Smash Brothers in the actual Smash scene as well. If there is information that we're not showing on the screen, let us know. If there's something you think would be good to have for information, we'd love to hear it. There's a couple of things we removed from our overlay selection last season, mainly because it felt like it just wasn't helping us. We used to have a ticker from the WEC down here, and like it said WEC on both sides. We're a part of that conference, but hey, we're here to promote Ripon, not the WEC. Just being honest about it. And the ticker down below kept breaking every week, so we weren't really getting any useful information out of that whatsoever. So I finally just said, whatever, we're getting rid of this thing. But we do want to provide a really high-end premium production to our Twitch streams, because we don't have stands. We don't have a place for spectators to come in and stand around and watch. So this is where we got to show off, right? So if there's something you want to see on our streams, let us know. Student X playing Dark Pit for UW-Stout at the moment is going to be facing off against Ruby Rosemary, who's going to go ahead and drop one stock off of Sonic here, and we will get started. Right now, this is player 2 and player 2 from each roster's list. So we are currently even right now. We will see. Put your socials to follow. Oh, Mom Biscuits, you're the best. I did not even think of that. I have gotten so used to telling people to go over to riponredhawks.com in order to check out our roster. All the gamer tags for our entire roster have been added with their pictures. I think there's 3 people who have escaped the camera this season that we need to get on there yet. But also our socials are linked on there for everything. But yes, I will see about creating a new overlay to throw in with our socials. And now that you said that, I need to do this without sending my own audio back at me here. What just happened here? Oh, excuse me. I apologize. There we go. Where am I? I want to go to the channel. I don't want the audio because I don't want to hear myself talking while I'm looking at this. Get back up there, Ruby. There you go. I am paying attention to too many things at once. In our twitch.tv bio on our about page, we do have Ruby. Okay, we are actually we are 2-2 on stock right now. I thought that was Dark Pit that flew off. I thought it was Ruby. In our twitch.tv page, we do have our Instagram, our Twitter, and our YouTube. But yes, I will get it up on a banner on screen. Thank you very much for the idea. One of those things where I go through my day making sure everything's up and running around campus, being an IT guy here, and I forget what I have and have not done for my coaching duties here in the esports area. 110% versus 150%. This is getting spicy. And that is Dark Pit out the side again. Ruby on 2 stock on Sonic. Student X on 1 with Dark Pit. 157 plus on the damage is going to be hard to stay on stage if they get hit. We'll see what Ruby does here. 163. Good shield from Student X. Not a lot of grabs between these two. There is the ability to grab an opposing fighter. Ooh, that's going to do it. There it is. 1-1. Going to come down to the end. Would have liked to have seen a little bit more damage on Student X from Ruby before losing that stock. But Ruby knows what they're doing. They can handle business here. So we're going to see who goes out first. There we go. 30%, 39. Looking at 59 versus 7. A lot of ledge work. And I got a little nervous there. I do not know the moveset of every single Smash character. I'm going to admit that right out the gate. I do not know what we're in for all the time as to what they can and cannot do. Ruby going a little far there. Was worried we weren't going to get back up, but I see the tactic. 99 versus 28. Ruby looking to hit down as many hits as possible, get that percentage up, get them out of that stage. You can see that little red dot bouncing up if it hit the upper line of that box. There's the inner box and the outer box. If it hit the upper line of the outer box, it would have been done. 148, 45. It's a nice attempt there from Student X to lay down some damage on the way back to the stage. 157, 61. 164. Nice play by Ruby, but they were still able to recover. Oh, that is a big hit. Ruby is out. That was a big smash. Ruby is going to step aside for the moment. Student X will be continuing on with only one stock. So this could be a big swing here. We're going to have to wait and see how things line up. Coach is in the Discord right now, talking with the head coach over at UW-Stout about who is coming up and who they are playing. Caden is still yelling at Overwatch in front of the broadcast booth. And waiting. We're always waiting around here. Let's see. Can I do a thing? Let's see. I could probably do a thing. Is this 122? What is this? 223. That's what I was looking for. All right. Let's get... Apologies for the black screen. I'm going to get a thing up here in a moment. I need to tab browser. I'm shipping them Girl Scout cookies tonight. A sugar rush might help the cause next week. You know what? I am all for it. It's funny. My own kid just joined Girl Scouts recently. Of course, just in time to sell cookies. And I don't think I told the team that they could get Girl Scout cookies delivered to them here on campus by my own kid. We are back in the battle, so I'm going to have to show that browser later. Here we go. All right. Sandwichies is coming in as Hero versus Student X with Dark Pit. Student X is going to hop on off the stage here a couple of times. Our stage is Pokemon Stadium 2. Previous stages were Battlefield. And we are off. You're going to see a few extra things down on the bottom of the screen. Some of the characters have extra items that show up on the screen. This one, Hero is from... Ooh, now I got to test my video game knowledge. Hero is from Dragon Warriors? Is that right? I'm feeling bad. I don't remember. Let me look. Let's see. Yes, Dragon Quest. I was right. So you're going to see the little MP or magic point counter there as he does extra stuff. UW-Stout, hold on to 196, 123 out of Sandwichies. Sitting on 3 stock, and we're down to 2 stock for Sandwichies. Going to be using those magic points in order to throw a few extra things out. At some point, I'll actually learn all the lingo for Smash Brothers. I'm sure the team will drill it into my head at some point here. and then I will share my knowledge with you, and then we'll all be able to say all the cool words about what's happening on the screen. I promise. 122 and 56. This is looking pretty good for Sandwich Cheese. If he can get a nice, strong hit in. Got interrupted there on that attack. And here comes Super Smash and survives. Student X manages to get out of that one. And Sandwich Cheese is working on it. We are 1-1 right now. These characters look very similar, and I keep getting lost as to who's who as I'm watching people fly around. 151 and 29. Sandwich Cheese being land a good, solid hit near the edge of the stage. And there it is. Student X is out. Sandwich Cheese continues on with... Excuse me. Moved my headset. Sandwich Cheese continues on with 1 stock banked. I'm going to drop back over to this browser I was trying to show. Here we go. All right. So this was the Phantasm match that I was talking about from Monday night. Here is Ethan and here is Ruby. You see they played in the winner's quarterfinal. And then they both played in the winner's semifinal. Ethan won, but Ruby lost in the winner's semifinal. Came down here to the loser's bracket. This is Sam from Ripon as well. You can see some UW Green Bay players in here. And Lyric here as well. But Ruby comes down in the loser's quarterfinal here. Takes out Matthew. Gets on to semifinal, takes out JKL, takes out Sand here in the final, back up to the grand final against Ethan, and it was a 3-2 match. Absolutely wonderful. Love to see them getting to compete like that. They know their game. I'm going to flip back over. That in-person tournament in Appleton is every Monday night. Let me see who we have. Let's see. We were selected and then we backed out. Hold on. Stout is saying the player will be... I'm going to try and pronounce this. I think it's Zeo. It's Xeo. J-O? I'm not sure. On Shulk. And the screen went dark again. I don't want that to happen. I really do need to change settings on our Switch. Shulk, I think, is from Xenoblade Chronicles. Is that right? Yep, Xenoblade. Ooh, gosh, I know my video games. I really do. It just shows how lame I am. I'm a 40-year-old man whose brain is filled with primarily sci-fi, fantasy, and video game and comic book knowledge. But I try. My wife seems to find it endearing, at least. All right, so we are looking at Sandwich Cheese with 1 stock against Zeo. Zeo? I am going to struggle with that name until I hear someone from Stout pronounce it for me. Who is rocking 3 stock, brand new, fresh on the list. Nice hit. Way to go. That is 1 stock down off the Stout. We are 1-2, 87-14 on the damage. Bumping it up 49. And Shulk actually from Xenoblade is up. There's the game is also an RPG game, so he also has some interesting counters down there. All right. That is going to move us on to our 4th player. If I have my counting right, that was both of our squad's 3rd players. So we should be coming up on our 4th player. And I'm pretty sure I saw Ethan sit down. Coach will confirm here in our Discord chat with UW-Stout head coach here. It is Ethan Cheese 1107 Arts, our title captain, who will be playing as Steve. He's going to show up as Zombie, though, from Minecraft. And we will see where we're at. They are currently banning stages right now. They're going to be at SV. And a good luck, have fun from UW-Stout. Much appreciated. Right back at you. And we are good to go. There we go. Shulk versus Zombie.
3, 2, 1, go!
And it's going to be 2-stock versus 3-stock, and we are underway. Ethan's got a lot of work to do. He's got to get through 2 opponents to pull this set out for the Red Hawks. You're going to see that bar above his character portrait's head for what materials he's mined and has used. He's going to be throwing out mine carts, anvils, all sorts of craziness. I have watched Ethan play a couple of times, and it reminds me every time that, yeah, no, I'm not good at Smash. The stuff that happens in these matches is insane. 108% damage against 46. Going for another hit. And off he goes in the minecart. Ethan's going to try and keep him out there. Can't do it. Lots of mining happening. 129 on 46. That's a lot of damage. And looks like he's going for the smash. Doesn't quite get there. He's going to mine up some resources. He's going to throw out some more carts. Probably drop another anvil here in a moment. There he goes. Now we're 1-3. Let's see. Ethan laying down a fair amount of damage pretty quickly here. Not taking much on his end. 73-69. Keeps building. I just gotta remember to move the joystick every now and again. That's all I gotta do. Then it won't go dark like that. Pretty evenly matched on damage at the moment. 1-3. Oh, there's a big hit, and that is game. Ethan takes that one. We are going to be down to the final player from each side. And we are looking at UW-Stout is sending in Flying Boy, who will be playing Snake as their fighter. Get our stages selected here momentarily. Apologies. I'm making the computer make weird noises. I'm looking around for things. There we go. All right. All right. Ban SV, HB, Battlefield, pick SBF. We will get our stage selection done. We are ready to go. Let's get back over to the action. All right, Ethan Cheese 1107 Arts will be playing Steve as Zombie up against Flyboy. Where am I? Flying Boy, sorry. Playing Snake from Metal Gear Solid, or I should say the Metal Gear series. And it's going to be 3 stock versus 3 stock. So this should be exciting stuff to finish us out for this set. Great anvil timing. And he is out of there. There's 1 stock down off of Flying Boy. Ethan gets the first strike here. A little blown up, a little bit on fire. Still dropping anvils whenever possible. There's a lot of damage, and Ethan's out. We are 2-2 on the stock. Snake goes for a ride. Ethan upgrades a sword. Mining away. Snake has lit himself on fire. Ethan using those barriers to keep himself protected while he gears up. There goes Snake. Ethan controlling the momentum here. 0 damage on him so far. Snake really trying to use those grenades. And, oh, Ethan blocked his own anvil, sadly. And we are 2-1 on the stock. Ethan's up with 2 stock. Flying Boy down to 1. Ethan's got some room. Excuse me. Ethan has some room to maneuver right now. See where we go. Solid damage coming off the Snake there. Throwing out the explosives. Keeps hitting himself. I don't know much about this game, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to hit yourself. That's all I know. Just calling it like I sees it. Ethan off, riding the minecart back in, dropping another anvil. Lots of grenades getting chucked out. Ethan trying to even up the damage. Not bad so far. 103. Goes for another anvil. Tries to block the ledge. We're getting close. Somebody's going at some point here. Oop, I didn't wiggle the joystick. Very tight on the damage right now. I don't know who I'm hearing yelling out there. I assume it's Caden. Timer is going, and this is it. There we go. Ethan Cheese 1107 Arts pulls it out. That is number 1. We're going to get a quick break before the second set here. Fantastic. That is what we're after here in Red Hawks Esports. That is 1 set 1. We can take the next set. We will take the match. We'll give you a little bit of an idea on how long our matches are going to last for Smash Brothers here. Coach Sauter is joining me in the booth. Go grab a headset real quick. I got to make sure I didn't mute your headset. There you go. If you want to jump on.
Hello. Well, that was exciting.
That was exciting.
Very exciting match.
Still figuring out how to to commentate for Smash Brothers. We'll get there at some point.
It's a lot. It's quick.
It is.
But spirits are up out there.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of a slower start than anticipated, but was able to finish off strong there. And
yeah,
they're just going over some game plan. Some of our players getting some practice in before our next match, and yeah, felt good.
Yeah. So just to recap, we had Sam, Mr. Business, started things off.
And then we had then we had Ruby. Yep, as Sonic. Yep.
Then we had
Connor
as
Hero.
As Zero, or a hero, I should say.
Yep.
And then cleaning out on the end with Ethan, Cheese 1107 as Steve, showing up as Zombie.
Yep.
And yeah,
it worked out real well.
Very even.
Yeah, very even. Stout's a really good team too.
Yeah.
But our team has had the opportunity, even though this is our first season, we've had the opportunity to get a lot of practice in, travel to a lot of tournaments. So just a lot of early exposure for our program has been great. And yeah, I think
Ethan is just excitedly waving at the window here for the office. I had pulled up the bracket from Monday night's Phantasm in between setups here. It was just kind of showing off the cool little matchup between Ethan and Ruby for that finisher. Thursday throwdowns we had last week. It was a late night for the part of the Smash squad that went down, but Ethan came out of that in second place out of everybody at Thursday throwdown. But the winner was getting a seat at Summit. One of the summits. I can't remember how many summit tournaments there are now.
There's so many. Just in our state, there's so many.
Right. But yeah, the winner of that was seems Lightning, and while they were finishing up, they went, all right, well, Lightning gets the seat for Summit, and Lightning turns to Ethan and goes, I gotta work, you take it. So Ethan,
very nice gesture.
And Ethan was really after it, so I think that really made his night there. I'm gonna pull up I want to pull up Thursday Throwdown and see how many people competed in that one. This one, yes. Yeah, because they had a lot of stuff going on that night in Milwaukee. They did a 2x KO bracket, Guilty Gear, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, and then a single Summit qualifier. Let's see. How many players was that? It was...
All right, we're going to go ahead and get kicked off with the
sweet
blind pick, so I will see you all later. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Coach, take it from here.
Yeah, I'm on it. Let's see. There were a total of 48 Smash players on the brackets for Thursday Throwdown last week. Again, officially, Ethan finished second, but did end up coming away with the Summit seat that he was after, which is just nice to see. People might remember from before last season, but actually kind of before we even got things rolling for the semester here, Coach Sauter and Ethan actually headed down to Milwaukee for Cream City Convergence. Cream City Convergence is a rather large fighting tournament that's actually run by the same group that runs the WEC here in Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Esports Conference for college players. And if you look back through the Twitch VODs, there are 2 matches that Ethan has televised from that tournament. It was really great. He actually finished fairly high up in the rankings. There were several hundred players there, if I remember correctly, across all the different titles they were playing. I think if I remember correctly, he was like 26th or 27th, something like that. Really good finish, and basically every single person that finished above him, he was on a first name basis with from that Smash community. Very, very tight knit. Just catching up on chat. Yeah, Maddie Biskies does travel off with the Smash team now, and is working on a little bit of a Smash ranking herself. So we'll see where she ends up landing this season. We do have some very amazing Smash players. We are very grateful for the Smash crew we have. Even more grateful to get them, show them off to you finally. We didn't play Smash in conference last season, so we really didn't get to show them off for what they're here to play. Ethan did, and Ruby did join us on Valorant, so you did get to see them in action in esports, but Smash really is their title. Just waiting for UW-Stout here. Let me see. We're ready to up for our blind picks again. UW-Stout team is still discussing, and they are waiting. I did not ask Coach for the lineup for set number 2. It could be exactly the same. It might be different. Let me take a look. I'm going to change to the Smash setup so you don't have to see me stand up in front of the camera while I figure out who is playing. Let's see who's standing up. I see Lyric standing up. I see Coop standing up. I see Ethan standing up. I see Ruby standing up. I see Connor standing up. So yes, I believe Sam is in the seat again. So it should be Min Min that pops up on the screen if that's the case. And Stout just reported in that they are ready to go. I'm gonna move my hand out of the way. Yep. There was a Min Min, so that is going to be Sam. All right. Stage bands are coming in now. I'm going to flip back over to my Smash Brothers rule book so I can see exactly which stages are available. Stages available include Battlefield, Town and City, Small Battlefield, Pokemon Stadium 2, and Smashville. So they have banned... Let's see. They have banned Town. Town and City has been banned. We went ahead and banned Smashville and Battlefield. So they are going to take Small Battlefield. And we are ready to go. Apologize, I do not know which Stout player this is.
3, 2, 1, go!
We are off to a good start on the Red Hawk side. 32 damage already in, only sitting on 7 and still climbing. Stout's going to try and even it up here. And one stock down from UW-Stout. And Caden joining in on the commentary. And Hero gets a little heal there, try and reduce some of that damage percentage. 69-51. Sam from Mr. Business is going to try and throw a little bit more down there. Needs to watch out for the other spells there. Meerkat. There we go. Thank you very much, UW-Stout. Meerkat is the name of the Stout player currently in with Hero. We are tied up 2-2 on the stock. And I am not sure why our overlay is not updating. Stout did update the match. Hopefully that'll update in a moment here. Another heal. That's a lot of damage, though, at 122, 126. Mr. Business taking care of business here. Looking pretty good right now. He's getting a big hit. Almost out. Good dodge. Slides underneath. Working the side of the stage. Oh, big hit. Needs to recover. Watch out for the ledge. That was another one. 1-2. Mr. Business is back in action. Looking to tie it up real quick here without taking too much damage, though, with this final stock. Trying to get it to a 1-1 here. It's going to need a harder hit than that. Working on it. That was close on the edge there. There we go. 1-1. Waiting for that Petrify to drop. $96.36, $103.36. Danger zone for Mr. Business right now on this final stock. Needs to get some more damage out. Ooh, big push off the side. Back on the ledge. Does not get hit again on the ledge, thankfully. Doing a good job of keeping distance. Now we're back in close. That was a good grab and toss. Meerkat is pushing. And there's big hit from Meerkat. There's game. UW-Stout takes that first matchup. One stock remaining right now for Meerkat. And we will get swap out here shortly. And we are coming up here on 1 hour into our stream. We are in set 2 of a best of 3 match. Your Ripon College Redhawks versus UW-Stout. Brain fart. Blue Devils? Pretty sure it's Blue Devils. Yep, Blue Devils. And looking pretty good so far on this matchup. Ruby will be coming in as Sonic once again in the second position here. And just waiting for stage bans, banning town, Battlefield, and Kalos. Somebody is clicking too many buttons, and they almost started. And we are running back on small. We're going to go ahead and flip. And okay, that match progress screen is correct. I don't know why this one isn't. Try and fix this while they're in setup. There we go. All right. I guess it's how that tracker got put together, huh? All right, 3-1 on stock. Ruby in on Sonic. Meerkat still in on Hero. Getting damage down. Ruby trying to make quick work of this one. Keep those 3 stock going into the next matchup. Big hit from Meerkat coming back to the ledge. Misses on the ledge hit. And there is game with that bounce pad. That was a nice shot. Nice work on the ledge. Ruby is going to go into the next matchup with a full 3 stock. Slide on over. Our match progress there. You can see we are the away team here tonight for this matchup. We have 1 set in so far. And we're in set 2. Flying Boy is going to be coming in as Snake on the next matchup. Yeah, get everybody set up here. Just waiting for some map bans. Feel like this set's going to go a little bit faster. We've started to figure out what we're doing. It's a good thing. It's a dangerous thing. It's all over the place. Who knows anymore? All right. Bands are in. Stage selection is Small Battlefield. We are going to jump back in the ring and get moving. Smash Squad is informing Overwatch Squad as to what the current state of affairs is. And we are back in. Ruby as Sonic, Flying Boy as Snake, Red Hawks versus Blue Devils. A lot of damage coming out from Ruby to Flying Boy. Already hasn't taken a scratch until I say something, of course. That is just how it works around here. 3-2. Ruby takes first strike. Flying Boy is going to have to work back off 2 stock, see where we get, and out come the grenades. I got confused there for a moment. I thought Ruby might have eaten one of the grenades, and then it finally blew up. I had no idea what was happening there. It is still weird in my brain as a gamer to look at a screen and see, if I remember correctly, the stage is from Xenoblade. Is it? Yeah, I think it's from Xenoblade. With Sonic the Hedgehog in not his blue color, but in black instead, looking like Shadow, fighting Metal Gear Solid's Snake. It is mind-blowing to me. I think back to being a very young gamer on a regular Nintendo playing Dragon Warrior, as it was called back then. It then got given its actual name, Dragon Quest. And things like Final Fantasy and all that. And now we went from 8 bits to this. I sound older every time I open my mouth. And it's 3-1. Ruby up yet. Flying Boy taking a bit of a beating. Caden is also very much telling the Overwatch Squad exactly where everyone is out in front of our broadcast booth here. And Ruby made it back up to the stage. Thought we were going to lose one there. Lot of damage. See if we can hold on to another 3 stock. And now we're down 1, 2-1. That's all right. Reset for Ruby. As we go back, trying to remove Flying Boy from our path here. Very evenly matched right now on damage. There it is. I'm waiting for an opportunity. Both sides be very patient right now. Good tech from Flying Boy with that grenade. Ruby's down 1-1. Going to finish it, and there it is. Flying Boy is out. Ruby moves on to the next match with 1 stock left. Well played, well played. All around. We're going to slide back over to our main cam while we wait for the setup here. Go. All right, let's see where we're at. Here we go. Student X will be up next from UW-Stout, playing as Dark Pit. And let me see, where are we? So Ruby worked through Ruby worked through Meerkat as well as Flying Boy so far. And map bans. No maps banned by Ripon. We're going to see what UW-Stout takes. And we'll now start in on their 3rd player, Student X. You got to tell me, chat, can you actually hear Caden screaming, or is it just me that gets to enjoy it right now? Waiting for a map pick from UW-Stout here yet. Redhawks went with no bans. You can hear them a little bit. Yeah. Awesome. And now you know exactly why we don't turn on the comms on our streams. It gets a little loud. Let's see. Small battlefield. There we go. Map selection is in. Going to get back in. Ruby as Sonic is going to have to jump off twice to get back down to 1 stock. And Student X is going to be coming in as Dark Pit. Here we go. I'll let them get set up and then we'll get into it.
Three, two, one, go!
All right, now we're ready to roll. I need to look up if I am losing my mind that the Smash stage, small battlefield. Let's see. What is this from? Will percent 91%, up over 100. Ruby looking to take some stock off of Student X while they have the chance. Remember, this just gets harder for Ruby with only one stock going into this match, already facing off against two other Stout players. A lot of action on the ledge. If we can get the hits in. Good return from Student X there. Ruby's going to go in the air. Nope, we are not making contact. %185% damage on Student X. Ruby only sitting at 32, well, 43 now. Yep, see, I keep opening my mouth, and this is what happens. 193. And there it is. Oop, went dark on me. Ruby peels off one stock from Student X, sitting at only one herself. Oop. And that is game for Ruby. We'll have a swap out here in a moment to third in the Red Hawks lineup for tonight. I am looking at the Smash Wiki. Let's see here. Small Battlefield is a slightly smaller version of Battlefield, just like the name suggests. Visually... So, futuristic ruin-like setting while having other floating islands, crumbled buildings. I thought all stages in Smash Brothers were from other games, but maybe I'm wrong. It does really look like it should be from Xenoblade. Visual aesthetics from two previous Battlefields. Stages made mostly of rock. Okay, well, according to the Smash Wiki, this stage that I'm talking about is not from any other game, but that's all right. 3 gamers in the house, Mama Biscuits. Well, we're glad we could take one from you. Are the other 2 preparing for college by any chance? We do like to recruit here. All right, let's get over to our Discord. Let me see where things are at. All right. Cheese is up. We're going to bring in Ethan in third position here. UW-Stout is banning on FD Callison Town. Pick from Ripon will be small battlefield once again. Just waiting for Student X to move over. It's exciting stuff, isn't it, folks? This is how it rolls. We're just waiting all the time. There we go. Not being mean about it. UW-Stout is playing 2 preseason games at once here, so they're figuring a lot of stuff out on their side. All right, Ethan Cheese 1107 Arts playing Steve Skinned as Zombie up against Student X on Dark Pit. Going to be a 3-2 start on the stock. Solid damage out the gate from Student X, but Cheese coming right back at him. Mine carts ahoy. Gets his wall built. Student X threw it quick. Gonna mine out some more resources. So we have some lovely operatic music in the background for this one. I don't feel like I've noticed the music until right now. Nice hit with the minecart. Going again. More mining, more crafting. That's the name of the game. Oh, wait, no, that's a completely different game. My apologies. Yes, I am right there with him, Biskies. This is going to sound super weird. I originally went to college for video game production and design, and there were no esports at my college, which was a college primarily about video games. So yes, I feel you. I was captain of the paintball team while I was in college. We're up in the hundreds for damage percentage right now. Really going at it. And not quite. Still at 3-2. Just under 8 minutes left on the timer right now. Ethan has managed to get a little bit of upgrading done. You see stone coming out instead of dirt on his walls. Trying to get some anvil shots and some mine carts in. Almost to the edge. Not quite. Good block on that arrow. And he's going to get bounced 2-2. Cheese versus Student X. And 2-1. Now, reminder, as I look back through the list here, Meerkat, Flying Boy, Student X. Student X is their third in the list, along with Cheese being our third in the list. We are evenly matched. There's one more fight up next at least. So, not done yet, no matter how this one shakes out. Ethan up to diamond there. Trying to get some more damage out. The music is not matching the action. It is really throwing me off for some reason. All right, Student X up over 100 on the damage. Cheese is going to get him on a cart, try and block. Did not get it off. Was trying to block him there in order to stop him from getting in. And there's the game with a nice hard smash. Student X is out. Cheese is going to move on with 2 stock. And we'll be facing Weef, that's W-E-E-F, Weef, who will be playing Wii Fit Trainer. Kind of reminds me of Mortal Kombat. You know, it's another fighting game, right? I mean, it's kind of, you don't have a lot of variety with fighting games, right? You've got your Mortal Kombats, your Street Fighters, right? Kind of original OG, as it were. And then Tekken was another huge fighting series that came onto the scene as well. When the Dreamcast console came out, I do remember they had a fighting game that felt like it broke the mold a bit more. Tekken took things and started shifting it to where you could circle around each other. Virtua Fighter did the same thing. I think who else? What else was in there? Oh, Soul Calibur, the Soul Calibur series. Being able to get more into a 3D fighting platform and move around each other. And then Power Stone on the Dreamcast all of a sudden went, okay, how about we have 4 people fighting each other all at the same time, and there's power-ups in the arena, which was pretty crazy. But sadly, not very many people owned a Dreamcast. Sega, I miss you in the hardware scene, man. Especially now, as everything for gaming is more expensive. Thanks AI, as Nvidia has stopped producing new graphics cards because they're dumping all of their new hardware to their AI data centers, and even one of the largest RAM producer for video gaming systems also shifted away from the consumer market and solely to AI data centers, which is just kind of wild. So we literally watched RAM and graphics cards prices skyrocket, just like they did when Bitcoin mining came out. But enough of the video game history lesson and current affairs of gaming. We have Cheese in again as Zombie. Going to drop off 1 stock and Weef as the Wii Fit trainer. And we are off to the races. So Ethan with 1 stock down is going to do as much damage as possible, obviously going for that win on this second set in order to close out the match for us here this evening with a 2-0 victory, but has some work to do against the 3 stock currently held by Weep. If Ethan, excuse me, I'm trying to solidify how I'm calling people out. If Ethan does get defeated here, we will switch over to our 4th player to go against Weef from the Red Hawks. I do not know who is on deck at the moment, but we will figure it out. We are at 2-2 right now. I apologize. I was answering messages off screen. Did not call it out.
Salute the sun.
122 right now on Ethan's damage count. That is a little rough. Waggle my joystick. That is 1 stock down for Ethan. We're sitting at 1-2 right now. Mm, 119, 117. And there it goes. We're at 1-1 right now. Ethan throwing down some damage. They are pretty much tied up on damage right now. Here's this big smash. Doesn't get it. Gonna work on, was trying to set up a delayed anvil there in order to catch him on the ledge. Didn't get it done. Big smash again. Almost. 86, 117. Now we're both up over 100. It's going to be hard fought. Weef pulls it out. That is cheese out. But Weef has to go into this final matchup with only one stock against 3. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. Let's see where we get. All right. We're going to have Sandwiches coming out with Hero. Get our map band picks done here in a moment. Exciting. All right, so just to recap, we are now down to the final players from both rosters for this 4v4 crew battle setup. Works kind of like a relay race, as you've seen. And we are coming down to Redhawks coming in with 3 lives, 3 stock, versus UW-Stout coming in with only 1 stock, 1 life. So they are going to need to play very, very conservatively and get as much damage dealt as possible before going in for the big strikes. We got a ban on Battlefield Town and Smashville. Pick coming up, I'm going to guess small Battlefield, but just waiting for it. Nope, we're gonna go to Callus. I don't think we've seen Callus today. Callus Pokemon League. And it is time to begin. This will be the final match of the set. Once again, Sandwiches coming in for your Ripon College Redhawks, playing Hero, and Weef for UW-Stout Blue Devils, playing We Fit Trainer. Male version. There's female version too. All right, we are off. Weef coming out aggressive out the gate. Getting good hits in. Sandwiches bringing in the damage pretty quick as well here. 1 hit matched up pretty well. Up over 100 already, though. Weef is at 46. Sandwiches can definitely burn a stock here, but just needs to really get as much damage in as possible. Down 2-1. Get some lightning in for the bounce. Big hit, and there's the game. That is set to match. Big cheers from the arena. It looks like the entire Overwatch squad shifted over in order to watch live behind our Smash squad here. GG's in the chat from UW-Stout on our Discord. And we will, as the UW-Stout head coach has already said, we will see you later in the season. I don't know if that's praise or a threat. And they are asking for some friendlies as well. Flying Boy looking to match up against Cheese here. I'm going to go ahead and switch us over to my ugly mug as we finish out tonight. That is a win for your Ripon College Redhawks Smash squad. This is preseason right now, but hopefully more to come here as we get started next week, Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, I would love to be able to tell you who it is we are facing, but we don't know yet. Reminder that all WEC scheduling is being done under Swiss setups right now, so we have not been told who our opponent is yet for Wednesday night, but keep an eye on our socials. And Bombisky's, thank you again for the great recommendation. We will get our socials listed up on our overlay as well. But you can always get them in the bio here at our Twitch page, as well as heading on over to riponredhawks.com, and up in the sports menu, there is the option for co-ed, and that is where you will find esports. Our schedule, our roster, all that fun stuff is up there, along with links to all of our socials. That's going to do it for us here tonight. I'm going to go join Coach over in the conference room with the Smash Squad for debrief. Once again, thank you so much. Good luck. Have fun. We'll see you next time.